find yourself a fit in, you get a big reaction.
Hello and welcome to the Always Smiling Faces podcast. Questions issue number 8.
We won, you know.
Hey!
If you didn't know already.
We did. So we'll dive straight in because we've got a lot of questions to get through tonight. So Dan sent in, our good friend Dan Johnson. You might have seen him on the after game reaction videos.
Oh.
So this one, Decker, is for you.
Oh,
so he starts off with a bit of a celebration.
Oh, I like
so Decker, get the tomato sauce out and your favourite picture of Theresa May. How yourself all about. The tuna finally won, you Tory tinker.
Well, I'm not a Tory, man. I'm not a Tory. When he said celebrations, I thought of the chocolates straight away. What's your favourite celebration?
Oh, topic. There's a topic in a celebration. Or is that in the other one?
No, is that on Heroes or something?
Heroes. Snickers. I love a Snickers.
Yeah.
Caramels. Cadbury caramels.
Be honest, I always went for the Maltesers.
Oh, the Maltesers.
Yeah,
that's a good shout. I do like them.
I do.
I just like them all.
Oh, all
even
them
the bounty.
All them.
Everybody whinges about bounties, but I like a bounty.
They're fine.
Let me know in the comments what your favourite celebration is.
Are you one of these that puts the rappers back in the box?
Oh, no, you can't be doing that, man.
Yeah, I'm one of them.
Nah, messy.
I do it.
So he does have a question after, making you celebrate and touch yourself inappropriately to pictures of the Prime Minister.
Well, I'm off tomorrow, so actually I think I'm going to get some of these.
You can reenact that one.
I will,
lads, do you think the game changed for the better when Shelvey came off?
As we just, if you watch the last video,
he will have.
He will have, yes. Thank you for watching. Yes, I mean there's no doubt about it. And you know that I'm Shelvey's biggest fan. Stan. But it 100% changed. Like there's no doubt about it. Yeah. We wouldn't win the game if it wasn't for Key. I'll be honest.
Much more forward thinking. Yep. Always looking to get one.
But easy stuff though. Just easy, simple stuff. Keeping the ball. Me gaffer at work he was on about it, and he made a great point actually that when the way that we play, we don't have much of the ball. So when we get it, it's pretty damn important. We need to keep a hold of it. And recently with Shelvey, we're getting the ball back, and he's just looking for this Hollywood ball, and we're just losing it straight away. Whereas Key just kept ticking over, moving, playing the easier passes and creating more movement for her.
It was nice, wasn't it?
It was lovely. It was brilliant.
Sexy little
I love him.
Fella.
Love him.
Bobby Gibson signs in. Would you be tempted, even if they are fit for the weekend, to drop either Lascelles or Shelvey, or perhaps both? Personally, Bobby would like to see Lascelles have a week off. I mean, we don't know how bad the injuries are after kind of the weekend. There hasn't much came out.
Rafa said it'd be a couple of days.
I think it was only Muto that said maybe wasn't as bad as the first thought.
Right. But, it's a difficult one, isn't it? I mean, if you judge in 45 minutes, you're going to say aye, aren't you? You're going to say, yeah, of course aye, but I don't know. I don't know. I think it would be harsh on them to be dropped. But
for me, I think Muto would be the one that I would miss the most of the three that went off. Like,
aye, wow, oh, fair enough. I know you're a massive fan of Muto, and I like him as well. I just think you think how well Key played that game. Like, I mean, Key was good, wasn't he?
No, I mean, as in if Lascelles and Shell, like if you look at the three that went off injured, if the three of them that weren't going to play, I think Muto would miss the most out of Shelvey and Lascelles.
Oh no, that's what I'm saying. So you're saying you'd miss Muto more than them if they weren't on the pitch?
Yeah,
that's a huge statement.
So,
but yeah, I mean it's a tough one, isn't it? Because you're only judging what you've seen in over the last 8 weeks or 9 weeks. They haven't been very good, and then them two come on and you know what I mean. So
I think the key one for Shelvey is a bit more of a gamble because you've only seen that brief glimpse.
It's a cameo, isn't it? It's cameo, and it's.
Shaw looks good. You don't play in the World Cup if you
looked
He looked
mint, didn't he? Yeah, I thought he did. Honestly,
so I don't know.
That's a real tough question.
See what happens with the injuries in the week. See what comes out before the weekend.
Put it this way, I wouldn't. Let's say I just played Watford there, and Lascelles and Shelvey were cleared the whole 90 minutes, and they were injured now. And then you said to us, "Oh, Sean Key's starting," I'd be panicking. I'm a lot more confident if they do play. Yes, I'm a lot more confident than I would have been.
Yeah, not agreed. Lewis kind of follows that up a little bit. Do the three subs that came on Saturday have to start?
I wouldn't say have to, but it's a fair show, isn't it?
Yeah. There's a lot of questions all around the substitutions and stuff like that.
Because we haven't seen many substitutions in my time.
They had. Young Mono sends in, does Perez have to start against Bournemouth?
God, no.
No.
God, no.
He's still, for me,
no.
still, even though he scored the winning goal, he didn't do enough during that game. And it's something that we've said off and on, you know, for the majority of this season, is use him more as an impact player. Bring him on, give him 20 minutes, half an hour if you're looking, because he has got a bit of a knack of nicking in goal and scoring important goals. You know, everybody's well aware of that. But
you've heard the story when people always say that, you know, he's found a goal, now he'll kick on. Are you not in that camp with him? If he's found that goal now, is that going to surge him out of a nice 5-6 game?
No, and
because I'm not. I'm just asking you.
It's when you look at, for me, the very telling thing was what we mentioned before, was yes, he scored the winning goal, and then the way he celebrated, for me, just showed a massive amount of arrogance. For me, is that he's running away with his fingers in his ears as if it's, you know, he might have been saying I'm not listening because he might have heard boos and said, you know, I'm not hearing that, like not hearing the haters or something like that. But for me, what it conjured up is that I'm not listening to the abuse, the negative opinions, and that people have been given. And in my opinion, and a lot of people's opinions, it's rightful that he's been getting that stick. I'm not saying the boos. That was right to happen. I mean, as in the comments about his performances and stuff like that, the lack of effort and, you know, any real performance that we've seen from him. And it was like as if he thought, because Rafa must have finally just lost the plot with him to take him out of that team and rest them.
Oh,
so you've got to listen to.
But Rafa's not on Twitter thinking what we say. He's done that because he wanted to do that.
Rafa Benitez, Webb.
Well, what I mean is, he's not on there going, well, that again said drop Perez. You know, I think I'm going to do it on Saturday.
Do you not think
he's
not? Like?
No.
Oh, you've disappointed us now.
No, definitely not. Well, he might do.
He absolutely does. He definitely
Waits till his lasses asleep and just puts it on the iPad.
He loves like, you know, dozing off listening to our beautiful tones.
I can imagine.
But he touches himself.
But for me, in terms of the celebration he did, I felt it wasn't for the boos, because I didn't hear any, to be honest, but I think it was for the negativity he must have obviously seen. These players aren't stupid. I mean, he's on Twitter himself, so he's obviously seen it. And it will piss him off. It would piss me off, but piss him off in the way of, let's do more.
Yeah. And that was the bit for me, is that it just showed an arrogance of, like, him not accepting that he's been playing poorly, and trying to say, well, I'm not listening to you because I know I'm great, I know I'm good.
And it's funny though, isn't it? Like,
but he's not.
He's clearly listening, because he wouldn't have put his fingers in his ear because he wouldn't have heard anything. So, like, he obviously has listened. He's seen what's been going on, but the proof is in the pudding that Rafa dropped him.
Yeah.
So forget about what we're saying. Forget about what fans are saying. Look at what Rafa's done to you.
Absolutely. Please, because we all want him to succeed. I'd love nothing more than for him to turn out and be brilliant and score, of course, 10, 20 goals.
Absolutely.
Well,
he'll never do that. But be more creative. Just even set a few more up. He doesn't have to score every week. That's not what I'm asking him to do, actually. Just don't fall over every week and be anonymous for however long. Seems like sometimes in 60, 70 minutes of a game, he's just fouling out.
So
there's loads, isn't there?
I know. I'm just trying to get through some of them.
You should read them all out. Everyone.
So NUFC asks Hideka, how did you celebrate? Did you overdose on tomato sauce?
No, actually I went and played poker, and I won poker as well. I got pretty drunk off gin.
What a day to be alive.
It was lovely. Then on the Sunday I got the best kebab pizza ever. It was unbelievable. Honestly, it was unbelievable.
From Gills?
Yeah, funny story
Garlic
actually.
Sauce?
I went, all of that. I went to go somewhere else and it was closed on Just Eat, right? And I thought, but that'll be because they might have come off Just Eat. So I drove all the way down to go and get it for the lads because I was watching the NFL. It was shut. So then I had to drive. I went all the way to Gills, and it was a great choice because Gills is number one. The garlic sauce, I was just drinking it. I was like stone cold, just literally just 2 tubs of garlic, bang. It was unbelievable scenes.
Well, it was Adam's birthday on Saturday.
It was, yes.
He wasn't staying out after the match. That didn't happen.
Oh, right, okay. Why do you not want to stay out for? Like, we've won, man.
He was. It's because he's getting old.
Yeah,
he wanted to go home and put his slippers and nightie on. But we're
winning
that went out the window and it was staying out all Sunday.
What a cracking birthday, man. Class.
Aaron, our good friend Aaron.
Oh, he's a man.
Is Perez the cheekiest cunt alive?
The what?
Is Perez the cheekiest cunt alive?
No, Ashley is. But he's still He's still cheeky.
He's very cheeky.
Yeah, he is, yeah.
We've spent out, other teams have, and they're still shit. Are we going down?
No.
So this is the first week that we haven't been, since the start of the season, that we haven't been one of the favourites to go down.
But
so that happened after the Fulham match last night.
You have to remember, and this is why I never look at odds and all that shit, because it changes so rapidly. Everyone, if we sat here now and talk about the Brighton game, we'll be like, oh God, I've lost again, you know, whatever. One win changes, and just like one defeat will. One defeat will seem like we've went two steps backwards.
We've now got Huddersfield, Fulham, and Cardiff are now those three are odds on to go down now. So,
I think
it just shows you what a couple of results make a difference, because everybody was raving on about Fulham at the start of the season because they were started well and stuff like that, and now their manager's under a lot of pressure and stuff like that. People calling for him to be sacked.
Yeah. No, I agree. Yeah.
So and on that theme, Dom sends in, what's your thoughts on Mitro's performance last night?
I didn't watch.
Don't care. He doesn't even play for her.
I didn't watch the game, to be honest. I was watching that House on the Haunted Hill thing on Netflix, but
he was shite.
Was he poor? Was he?
According to everybody.
Aye. Well, he didn't score, did he? So of course everyone thinks he's shite.
No, he's been coming in for a bit of.
He hasn't scored in a while, has he?
Lately.
He hasn't scored in a while, has he?
Surprising, that, isn't it?
Fulham scored. To me, it feels as if Fulham don't score. It feels as if he doesn't score, them don't score. That's how it just feels to me.
Bit of a recurring theme, that, wasn't it? Similar thing happened at our club.
Well, still a top scorer he was at the time when we got relegated after him.
So this one caused a lot of controversy on Saturday. Do you think you know what I'm talking about?
No, I don't actually know.
Before the game?
No.
The minute's silence?
Oh my God. Oh my God.
So,
as bad as you'll get this,
What happened there?
Were you in the ground for that time?
Yeah, we were there.
So, I'm right now. Right.
So this is,
if we cannot,
this is Adam, not this Adam. A different Adam is asking.
Sorry.
Why did we clap during the 1 minute silence?
If we cannot get a minute's silence, right? If we cannot organise that out ourselves and understand what that is, these ideas of not attending games, protests. If we are not clever enough to be able to understand what a minute's silence is, then we're never going to be able to protest correctly. That is terrible.
I'm of a different opinion on it, and what happened on Saturday was it was a minute's silence and everything. Everybody was prepared. I'm saying everybody was prepared for a minute's silence because that's what they'd announced, and then all of a sudden there was just 2 or 3 claps up in the Leazes end, and there's been people saying it was the away fans and stuff like that, and others saying no, it wasn't. It started around us, and it kind of then
I seen people
permeated around the crowd and stuff like that. The Watford players were all clapping, and it was. See, for me, I would much rather have a minute's applause than a minute's silence, because when you look at what that was for the owner of Leicester. Why should it be? Yeah, well, I'm saying why should it be? It is sad that he died and in the circumstances that it all happened and stuff like that.
Terrible.
But when you look at him as a man, what he contributed to Leicester, what he did for that team to bring them forward, the way that the players talk about and everything like that, why isn't that something to celebrate? And celebrate the memory of what he's done for that place rather than stand there and mourn.
Yeah, but I agree. But when the announcement is let's have a minute's silence, you didn't applaud, do you? You follow the instruction. The instructions we're going to have a minute's silence after the referee's whistle. But
is that's what I'm saying though. Is that the right thing to do?
Oh well, maybe it's not, but that's not the argument. I'm not having that argument. I'm not bothered. I mean, it's a minute's silence or a minute applause. Personally speaking, for me, I get what you're saying in terms of what he did was unbelievable. It wasn't just about winning the league. What he did for Leicester, putting money into community centres and schools, absolutely incredible bloke. So a minute's applause is fitting. It is fitting. Personally, for me though,
and that's the way I think, because some games you have that, you have a minute's applause.
Well, yeah, but you normally have it for someone that was like a footballer, for example, who's, I don't know, he's done a lot in his career, he's played for England or whatever it might be. I find if he's played the game, I find them a more fitting to applaud. Or maybe managed.
Why would their achievements be any different to what he's achieved for.
The other thing was, I just think the idea how it happened is so different. Like, some people, bless them, just die because of old age, and it is what it is, and people applaud them because everything. I just feel that for the way that this has happened, a minute's silence was right. I felt, but
it was a strange.
We couldn't even do that.
It was a strange and surreal thing, because like it was like you didn't know whether to be silent. I was doing both, because I was like, well, what are we meant to be doing here?
It was just awful, wasn't it? It was awful. I wanted them to almost stop and go like, we'll do it again, right? It was just awful. But anyway, you know what it is. Let's be fair, yeah, I'm saying it's awful. No one was shouting and singing and that. People are just applauding to try and be nice. Yeah. No one was trying to be awful or anything. It's just,
I think from my point of view, I think it came from a good place of celebrating.
Yes, I agree.
What he's achieved and what his memory stands for.
Absolutely.
And I think, for me personally, that is something that should be applauded and remembered that way, rather than being, moaning about it.
That's a fair comment.
Joe Patterson.
Oh, Joe.
Do you think this result has papered over the cracks for a week, or do you see us going on to a realistic run of form?
It is a good question, that, because when you think of the game in its entirety, I know we've mentioned commitment was definitely there. There's no doubt about it. There is games in the past where we would have lost that 3-4. Like, I mean, let's be fair, they missed a lot of chances. But even when I go back to the games where last season when we were winning, the opposition was still having chances. Like, we weren't just steamrolling teams. We still rode with a lot. Do you know what I mean? And
as we just said there, they did have some real chances. With better finishing, they could have been out of sight before we even scored.
Totally. And I mean, Bournemouth, I watched them against Man United before our game. They were absolutely brilliant. I mean, they lost the game, but they were excellent. Bournemouth played some amazing football. So I'm not confident to say it's going to kickstart this run of form.
Well, Man United needed a 92nd minute goal.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did. It's going to be tough. There's no doubt. There's no easy games in this league. But what I would say is, going into the game, Watford were flying. I mean, the 7th, they were just behind Man United, man. And we've beaten them. So I'm trying to remain positive and feel it will be something that'll kickstart with. But
I called it as well. I said we'll win 1-0.
You did. Did I say a draw?
Didn't think I believed it, but never mind. We'll make this one the last one, because we're running low on battery.
As usual.
Keegan Buse sends in, this is a corker, this one. How much are you looking forward to the Spice Girls reunion, and who's your favourite member?
Well, it was always Posh, and she's not even there, is she?
Posh? Oh,
I loved Posh.
Ginger Spice.
Really?
Oh, that Union Jack.
Union Jack, I knew you were going to say that, yeah. Oh, Posh.
Not a wanks I had over that as a kid.
Posh on me, every single, that's an image I'll forget, will you? Yeah. No, Posh on me.
I had a poster on the side of my bed.
Oh, Posh was unreal. Loved her.
But we'll call that a night on the questions. Thank you for sending them in.
Yeah, thank you.
As ever, use the hashtag AWSFpod. Don't forget to tag Wit in it, and look forward to speaking to you again.
Good night.